Alright everyone, just making a quick video on how to get a good streaming setup done, good audio quality, and this method will capture your voice, and you will capture as well as like other people talking in the game or your teammates' voices, and it'll also capture your game's sound. So before we get started, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a HD60S Plus or HD60 capture card, Elgato capture card. You'll also need an Elgato chat link cable. For this method, you will need a Blue Yeti microphone and any headset really. It could be like these cheap Sony earbud ones, or for me, I have a Turtle Beach Recon 200. These two work fine with it. And an optional step I would say that you would need is called a ground loop isolator. I'll explain what that does and why you would need it probably and later on in this video. So let's get started. So for the Blue Yeti, plug in the USB cord. Plug that in directly into your console's USB cord or USB port. What this does essentially is that the Blue Yeti would take over as the source of audio from your console. It's pushing audio through USB into your Blue Yeti. The next step is that from your capture card, there's a few cords right there. The 3.5 millimeter jack, USB, and another USB power. This USB power cord plugs into your PC. It's PC 3.0 USB port. And then HDMI plugs into your console. For example, for me, PS5. And then on the other side of this is another HDMI. This plugs into my monitor. And then, so let me just talk about the ground loop isolator real quick. So a ground loop isolator helps with any buzzing sound that you may encounter. So when I first plugged it in without the ground loop isolator, I experienced some buzzing sounds and some, they're not too strong with sound, but it got kind of annoying. So it helps eliminate that noise. So in order to set that up, plug in the ground loop isolator, 3.5 millimeter jack, into the capture card's 3.5 millimeter jack. Then the other side of the ground loop isolator is the chat link, Elgato chat link cable. You'll plug this cable directly into your Blue Yeti microphone. Elgato will tell you to plug it into your controller's 3.5 millimeter jack, but I find this method way more reliable and you get way better sound. Trust me, like it's gonna really help you out. So essentially in this setup, the audio is just pushing audio into your Blue Yeti. Now, the chat link cable splits your audio into two. So this free 3.5 millimeter jack, you plug this in directly into like any headset pretty much. So I'm using the Recon 200 Turtle Beaches, and they work fine with it. And any cheap earbud headset. You will plug that in to the free 3.5 millimeter jack here. So that's it for the hardware setup. So now let's go towards the software setup. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is that you'll go into your Elgato capture software. The HD60 Plus doesn't have the HD60 Elgato capture software. It has something called a 4K capture utility, but it's essentially the same thing. So you make sure that you go to your Elgato capture software. Make sure your audio input is analog audio, not HDMI. After you set it to analog, press OK. And then exit out of the software. Next, you'll want to launch OBS Studio. And then go down to your source, your video capture source. You know it's working if you can see these green audio waves right here. See this? That means it's capturing sound from your console. And I'm gonna show you right now how it captures your voice as well. So I'm gonna unmute my, right now it's muted, right? My Yeti. But when I unmute it, and then I speak into my mic, the waves get stronger. See that? So your stream will capture your voice, and it'll capture essentially everyone's voices. Then just muting it again. So yeah, I think this method right here is way better than having your Blue Yeti as an external microphone plugged into your PC, and then using this one connected to your chat link into your controller. I think this is just more simpler. You get better sound. It's like more reliable audio. It works way more, pretty much every time, than the other method by plugging the chat link into your controller. For some reason, for me anyway, I always got like low sounds, and sometimes I couldn't capture my voice, and I couldn't capture anyone's voices. Sometimes it'd be like really bad. So this method is much better, much more simple. And also, make sure your PC could actually run the capture card. Make sure it has the proper specs. And also for streaming, make sure you have really good internet. You're gonna need a really fast internet to stream properly. And yeah, that's essentially it. Let me know if you need any help, if I didn't explain anything, if we need to explain something more in more depth. But yeah, until next time, guys, goodbye.